Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Tonight I'm going to make a concept that could be for a lady or a teen from just Dollar Tree products. So I saw these containers in there. There are two for $1.25. And so this is going to be the base of our container, or the base of our gift, I should say. Now, I don't usually do a lot of Dollar Tree products. But what's going to be featured in here is a big seller for me. It is the Native Dupe body washes. You may recall that I had found some of the fall pumpkin spice scent. And I had probably about 8 of those, and every single one of those sold. I did that and the coconut vanilla scent. So this is very popular in my area. Folks know it's from the Dollar Tree. So I don't really charge too much for those gifts. I think last time in those gifts, I put house shoes, and some, like a big, huge loofah, jumbo loofah I got from the Remodel, and they were $30. I won't charge that much for these. But like I said, people know that they are from the Dollar Tree, but people really like them. And, in our area, we can't keep them in our area. So I was out of town when I saw these, and I grabbed them up to bring them back to my area so I can have them on my table, because people shop for those native dupes. And so when they see them at my table, they say, "Oh, they have the native dupes." So they know exactly where they're from. That was the whole point of that little conversation. But yeah, so I'm just stuffing these containers. And when I go to the Dollar Tree and I make a Dollar Tree concept, I try to get items that come in multiples. Just $1.25 can rack up if you're putting a lot of Dollar Tree items in your baskets, especially because most of my items, as you know, are pennies from Dollar General remodels. I also had some viewers comment and ask what exactly is a remodel. And a lot of us basket makers already know or have heard of them before, but just for those who are new, when I say I got it from a remodel, I mean a Dollar General has decided to do renovations in some form or fashion. So that could mean they're extending the checkout counter in the whole store will remodel, or they're getting a refrigerator unit, or they're just changing up a display. It does not mean the whole store will be renovated. It does not, I've heard some misconceptions like it has to do with if they have sliding glass doors or doors that open. I have been to a store after it has, quote unquote remodeled, and the bathroom still looks a hot mess. The floors are torn up. And I'm thinking, what did you guys do to remodel this store? But it's whenever they decide to do any type of small renovation, the store will undergo a remodel. What happens is the items go 50% off on the refrigerator. That signifies to us that the store will be going under a remodel. And I just now noticed while recording this voiceover that there was a $1.25 sticker all the way at the bottom. Like I said, I really don't mind that because most of my customers know this is a Dollar Tree product. But if I would have caught that, I would have tried to disguise that somehow. Anyway, back to the story at hand. When the refrigerator items turn to 50% off, typically the following Sunday, so it would be 50% off for a whole week, and then the Sunday, those items would penny out. That has now changed. Dollar General has changed their format to how they do remodels. And so I am learning all over again. Another thing I will tell you about Dollar General remodels is it's a very secretive underground thing. And I don't say that to be, facetious or be secretive, but it is people's livelihood and their business to sell locations. And people try to steal those locations from them. So they might have a store or an address that they sell to a person who is interested in it. People try to steal those locations and sell them for themselves. So kind of further explain what I mean like that. If I have found a location and I want to say it's at 123 Mulberry Street, I would charge you, and then I would tell you what store is remodeling, in hopes that you would keep coming back to me each week so I could tell you which store. Now, some people take that information and then resell it. And so this is a very secretive business. And so you will not find a lot of YouTubers or people who do remodels sharing their sources of where they get remodels, because they are afraid to be blacklisted. And so that is something that is why everyone is kind of secretive about remodels, because you actually, when people purchase them, they actually go under kind of a clause that they would not share the location or share information, and they may share a resource where you can get that information. I have never paid for remodel information. I have discovered a way to figure it out for myself, which is a very tedious thing, and that's why people charge for the information. I have a master list of where all general stores are in my area, and I search according to the area that I will be in for that weekend. So I will search all over the Georgia area, South Carolina, in some parts of Alabama as well, are the main places where I will search. Or if I have a family member or a friend that stays in the area, I might search around there. But it's very tedious. And it is literally going through the app to find when items have been discounted, certain items. One of the items would be that those candles on my shelves. That was something that I used to use to look for remodels. And so what I would do is type in different zip codes and area codes and look at different stores that had that item half off. I would monitor that for maybe a week and see, and if I noticed that their refrigerator goods were going half off, then I knew that that store would remodel. And so it is very tedious. But if you're interested in learning how to remodel shop or how to find a remodel, then there are plenty of free resources out there. There are also plenty of paid resources. And like I said, this is a very secretive business. When you enter an agreement with someone who is sharing the list, you enter agreement not to share the resource. If they find out that you are sharing, or you're talking with your, Dollar General managers or customers, or sharing their information, they will blacklist you and, ban them from their Facebook groups or their YouTube channels, or, it's a very small community of people who are doing this. My tips to those who would want to get interested in is to just do your research. A lot of Facebook groups have it, and I learned a lot from one person who I don't mind sharing on here. Her name was Easy Penny. Erin, I think is her personal name, but it's Easy Penny Shopping. And she deals with a person who sells remodel lists in an ethical way that she claims is ethical. I don't want to get into whether that is or not, or what have you, but I have learned a lot from her by just viewing her channel. She does a lot of remodels, or have in the past, on the way that the old remodel method worked. And if you look at her remodel hauls, you will see a lot of my similar items. And that's because I had learned a lot of items from her, and as well as did my personal research. And so that's the only free resource of remodeling that I will give out, because I feel like she does a very good job. She's very well known, and she has her own style of how she does it. And she does have a partner that she partners with, which you can find out if you go to her channel. But that would be probably the limit of information I would give on DG remodels and how to find them, other than the way that I find them, which is to actually search in your area or in a surrounding area that you don't mind traveling to see just when items are going from their refrigerator goods for 50%. I hope this is making sense. I kind of feel like I'm rambling. But yeah. So back to these gifts. I have included a bath bomb, which came in a 2-pack, a loofah, which came in a 3-pack, and some washcloths, which came in a 5-pack. And I really did that because I feel like the folks like to wash their face maybe with a washcloth, but maybe their body with the loofah. And it was also another filler item. And then I also used these socks, they came in a 3-pack as well. I'm also going to use this little bear. I think I did show where this bear came from, or I will show it again. And I also have a community note post on where this bear came from. Okay. So I'm just going to add that bear. And like I said, the main thing in here is the body wash. But of course, since the body wash is $1.25 and everyone knows that, I'm going to put a couple additional items so I can kind of ask for a certain price for this basket. And it won't be make a lot of profit. It's just something because I noticed that customers like it and I want to always have it on my table. So $25. And this cost me about $8 to make. There is where I get my bears from. Just type that in and you will find where I get my bears and where I get my floral satin ribbon from. That is where the bears came from. Again, I tell you that I buy them on clearance. I think they're probably full price right about now. Full price is pretty reasonable though. It's pretty reasonable. Okay, I added some floral satin, which I also got from that website, lowflorasupplies.com. I like to cut my tails like I've told you guys previously on the gift, and I'm doing that now. And this is how the gift turned out. I do kind of feel like it could look like a child's gift now, which those are women socks. And it is usually ladies who like to buy this native dupe. So if someone wants to buy that for that child, I'm not going to stop them. I did not intend it to be like that for that purpose. But I'm just going to put them on my table. If they ask, I will definitely tell the truth that those are women's socks in there. But however they want to purchase or whoever they want to purchase for is fine with me. Okay, guys, this concludes a little Dollar Tree concept that I did and some unexpected information on DG remodels and how I go about finding them and using them. And a good resource, again, is Easy Penny Shopping. And I know me and Driven have been on some of her lives together, so I know Driven also watches her as well. Yeah, so if you're interested in Dollar General remodels, I would definitely take a look over there and search her channel for Dollar General remodels. She has some actual in-store footage of her shopping Dollar General remodels. And it's good to look at her cart because a lot of those things will still go at your remodels. And that is how I have perfected my remodel penny vision, is by looking at Erin's video post, as well as, researching the app as well. You can always find what's going to go at a remodel in the app. All right, guys, this concludes tonight's video and my messy table. Good night.